don't make a big ass deal about it. No.
What you saying? You're saying that.
I am saying that.
But you have a choice. You know that. You know that's not your kid.
Pause. What I'm making a declaration between is the fact that this is a personal problem that you have with your girl, and you're making a country responsibility when we have other things to tend to first.
If it's not mine, I'm walking away. That's it. That's it. Nothing else to talk about.
I don't think there's any issue with a man taking care of another man's child. Women do it all the time, whether you know or not. He might bring another child and say, "Oh, I had this out of our wedlock. You know, what are we gonna do?" Or he's taking your money and paying child support to another family. You had no idea. There's a clear disrespect going on. Women are in the circumstance where they need to take care of a child that isn't theirs all the time. And I understand that, again, that it ends up being a choice, right? Because you're aware. So that's what I said, Shabazz. So what's up?
But you're not making it.
I am making a point. If you let me finish, I would finish it.
If you notice the facial expressions of the woman all the way here on the right in the pink, she's probably the most feminine out of all of them just by looking at the body language of what's going on. But women kind of have this pack mentality where they have to back each other up. So you see the girl that's bald and she's kind of trying to jump in whenever she can. She makes no sense, right? But the other two kind of understand at this point that, yeah, there is no winning this argument. It's kind of sunk into them that nothing that you can really say would combat the validity of a man knowing that a child is his. Like that's something that should be universal. That should be damn near a human right. If you're obligated to raise a child, if you're forced into parenthood, which is what every man is, women can opt out of parenthood via reproductive rights or via sending their child up for adoption because they can't afford it. That's not an option for a man. You're gonna pay that child support or you're gonna raise that child. Probably even both, right? So every man then deserves to at least know if that child is his if he can't even opt out of parenthood, right? The other two women, the two more feminine women, they've already realized it doesn't make any sense, but they're not going to tell their friends that that doesn't make sense. And that's the problem. We need more women telling women that, yeah, you got to just dial it down. Dial it down because you don't make any sense. Let's keep going.
So stop interrupting me.
Because you're not saying nothing.
Because you keep interrupting me.
Finish it. So we can say the same thing we were saying.
Everybody looking like, what are you talking about?
Me and Akron talking about it's a choice.
First of all, I understand it's a choice, but we don't make a choice that we end up doing a personal problem for the government to handle.
You're going about the government again.
Just because.
Nobody give a damn about the government.
But we're talking about a mandatory decision. If you got to do a mandatory thing, if you got to make a mandatory decision, someone else has to pay for it. Right. What I'm saying is that women have to face this all the time. By choice or not, it doesn't matter. You don't need, the government doesn't need to take up for you because you didn't know about something.
That's
what it is.
The whole situation, you didn't say not a damn thing. It revolves around choice. If a woman want to stick around for the kid,
because of choice, the government should be included.
I let you in. Let me finish. After you made that choice, you know that this child did not come from your womb. You're sitting there, or you take a man that has kids. You make that choice. All I'm saying, we're all playing fields equal. If I know this is not my child, then let me get the choice. Don't allow somebody to go through the whole life of the children being. But
you can get a DNA test though, but don't make it mandatory for the whole country. My issue with him specifically is that you are making it a bigger deal than it needs to be. If you personally are not sure about this child being yours, handle that on your personal level. Don't give the government or the country that responsibility to handle your shit. You was man enough to stick it in whoever. Be man enough about asking about the results.
I definitely think Shabazz would be the kind of guy who cheats and then come back and ask for a DNA test, because that's how it always works out. In my own personal experience, I was being cheated on and I was being accused of doing something, but you know, God works in a mysterious way. Other men who don't take care of their kids, that don't pay child support, doesn't the woman still have to take care of them?
That's the woman's fault. If you got a man in your life.
Thank you. Finally, she spoke up.
If it's their kids, and their husband don't want to pay child support, the women still have to take care of the kids, though.
But that's
then
not. But you can go to court for that, though.
No, what am I saying?
Nothing to do with DNA.
No, what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, one of my friends is going through that right now. Going to court doesn't still don't do anything because the guy can't pay child support and she has to take care of the kids. Is that a choice?
But that's her decision to have a baby with somebody that don't got no money or no job.
Thank you.
That ain't shit.
Like the way you put that,
it's
sir.
Like, don't lay in bed with a man that don't got shit done.
But what if he had a job and then he loses it? But he's
But that's a different situation, though. But that's not even what we talking
It's
about
like
right
you
now,
saying,
though.
like, he's
Like,
going out of his way not to
And this is where it becomes emotional, and it gets so emotional that you just try to change the argument because you're losing.
Every fucking day my baby daddy come here with one fucking meal for my child. But I have 3 other kids. We have 1 kid together, but he only want to come and bring one thing to McDonald's. But what about my...
You heard that, right? We have 1 kid together, but I have 3 other kids. Meaning that he's only bringing the food for his 1 child. Makes sense.
come and bring one thing to McDonald's, but what about my other kids? How come you can't feed my other kids at McDonald's though? Like that's bogus as hell. Like you're not.
Because they're not his kids. They're your kids. Your responsibility. Like, is this happening right now?
I'm finna expose out of him so people can see how he really is. It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody. What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just 1 burger? 1 burger, 1 fry?
What he like? What do you mean?
Okay, what about my other kids?
What about your other kids? They ain't mine.
Okay, but them your kids' siblings though.
Okay. But it's your kid's sibling, though. What that got to do with the water on Earth?
My other kids gonna be left out.
You didn't feed them?
You know I don't get my food stamps to the 7th.
Lisa, what's that my problem?
But if you're trying to help out though, you're not helping out.
I'm not trying to help. I'm trying to help my son.
But how are you helping your son when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings?
Bro, why did you get her pregnant, dog? Why did you do this? I'm mad at you right now, dog. Bro!
Them are his siblings though. He not finna eat it from all his other siblings and they're not eating no McDonald's. No, why do I gotta put...
Bring him out to the car. I'll let you
No. He's not finna eat that at all if you can't bring enough for everybody.
Lisa, so you telling me that I gotta
This is 100% unreasonable on her behalf. Again, he shouldn't have got her pregnant in the first place. That's his fault.
Where are they daddies at?
Right.
Nobody told you to talk to them other.
Right.
You had them other kids. They're your responsibility. They're not my
Right.
responsibility.
Okay, but if you're gonna bring one, you need to bring it for all.
You hear? She didn't even listen. God. Woman, if you were to listen to what this man is saying, you will see why it is that he's not going to do that and why it is that he also shouldn't do that.
How do that shit look that I'm letting one child eat McDonald's and all the rest of the kids can't eat no fucking McDonald's? You know I get food stamps on the 11th.
That ain't 3 kids that ain't mine. 3 kids that ain't mine. What
Yeah,
do I look like? I bring-
they're his siblings. You know what you was getting into when you had a baby with me.
I did.
Yes.
That's the only thing she was right about.
Give it here.
Thank you.
Give it here.
Bro,
Give it here.
Watch her throw it. Watch her throw it down. Watch it. Look at her.
Doug,
Exactly.
he ain't eating this.
Wow.
Why don't you just do that?
Because you ain't bringing up for all the other kids.
You see? We got to do better.
We go home, what we hear? Y'all take me out nowhere, they all your friends, y'all say, you're my daughter, they go outside, bitch! Shut the fuck up! You're killing us. Stress kills. All that goddamn nagging. And you killing us. Nigga, I got bitch shit. I got.